There was an article written in 2018 called Bees Gone Wild. Feral honeybees pose a danger to native bees and the ecosystems that depend on them. I couldn't believe what I was actually reading. Now, the only reason why I want to talk about this is because this article has been used many times in social media threads within the beekeeping community as a reason or an excuse to go out and destroy feral honeybees, or I call them wild honeybees. It doesn't really matter whether it's feral or wild. The point is that we have bees that live freely in trees, and because I'm doing these log beehives, I've come under increasing attacks that I'm spreading disease or I'm creating more damage for native pollinators. And actually, the reverse is true. Impact between managed honeybees and feral or wild honeybees is a huge difference. We've got all these managed honeybee colonies that require human assistance in feeding and disease management. And they grow to absolutely enormous large numbers, into their billions. And without that management and without that treatments, there's not a chance they could actually survive. And they make a significant impact on foraging and also for native pollinators. Feral or wild honeybees, on the other hand, are subject to natural selection pressures. Without human intervention, these colonies must contend with challenges such as limited food availability, disease, and predation. As a result, their numbers in the wild are more significantly and naturally regulated, and their impact on the environment, including competition with native species, is less pronounced than that of managed honeybees. What's happened to us is that we have become completely disconnected with where our food comes from. And so now we are in a position where we need these commercial beekeepers, where we need these large-scale honeybee pollinating services, because without it, we're not going to have food on the table. If everything was to fall apart today, and you had to go out and hunt for food or forage for food, if everybody did that, we would be just like the managed honeybees. They would collapse because there's not enough foraging material out there. But in the wild, when that happens, it's natural selection. The bees will go on a raiding party and rob other wild nests, and that wild nest will collapse, and the stronger one survives. So in the wild, there are actually not that many wild honeybee nests. But what I see in the wild are thousands of commercial beekeepers and their boxes. That is like an army flying in to the woods, into the mountains, and stripping the land of resources, leaving nothing for the native pollinators. That's the problem, not wild honeybee nests. My biggest concern about this paper is what is done has encouraged individuals. In fact, one person even reached out to me and said that he hunts for wild honeybee nests so he can destroy them because he believes this article. Absolutely outrageous. So I'll be interested to hear your opinions. I hope that you can read this article and let me know what your thoughts are.